What's up, YouTube? Thank you guys for watching another one of these videos. I just about did not make this particular video. Just kind of in a groove, working, everything going well, and just wanted to get it done. But just thinking back through the years, I've turned to YouTube a lot of times for different things to try to find a solution. And it's always been a helpful thing to me. And so I thought I'd take just a few minutes and make this video. Maybe you'll find it helpful for you. But so we're looking at my personal truck. This is a 06 F350 chassis cab truck, and it has a flatbed on it. Pulled the truck in actually pulled it in last night, and been working on it this morning. Have some stuff I really ought to be doing, I guess, customers' vehicles, but we had about 6 or 7 inches of snow this morning, and I'm caught up on most everything I have promised, and so I thought it'd be a good time to catch up on about 2 years worth of backlog of things that I wanted to do to this truck. So this morning I got started replacing the rear leaf springs and all the shocks. The springs on this truck, they had just lost their capacity and lost their ride quality. It seems like all these Super Duties from 99 up to at least 2010, the springs are just, after a few years and some use, they kind of go downhill. We just did one a couple of weeks ago and did all 4 corners. It was a 2001 four-wheel drive truck with a 7.3, and he had some leaves broken in the front, and I believe one on each side and then one in the rear in his spring pack. So we replaced all those springs on that truck, and I've done several others. But this is my personal truck, and I want to get those leaf springs changed out. We do use it for work, but we also use it to pull a 5th wheel camper when we go camping, and I want to have all that straightened out and ready for spring. But so we pulled it in here and got started. Everything went really well, much quicker than I expected. And so this is another project that I wanted to get done to the truck, and you're looking at it now. I bought this truck about 6 years ago from a car lot and got a really good deal on it. They had repainted the bed just before I bought it. It looked good at the time. But what they had done, and I knew this was what they had done, it's about almost always what the dealerships will do, used car lots and things, but they had painted this thing with rattle can paint. And I don't want to get into, names and brands and stores and things like that, but I will just say this. Not saying that there's not some good rattle can products out there, but you're probably not going to find it, on a generic shelf somewhere. It's going to be a specialty something, probably from like an automotive paint store or something like that. So I wanted to get this bed coated for a couple of reasons. Number one, to keep any more rust from getting any worse than what it already is. We live in the area. We live up in the northwest corner of North Carolina. We get some winter weather through the snow and ice through the winter, and they do salt the roads here, and it will certainly make a mess out of the metal on your vehicles. So I want to try to protect it and make it last as long as I can. And then the other thing is to try to make it look a little better. The cab of the truck, actually the paint looks really nice on it. So I want to try to fix the bed up a little bit and make it look nice. So there's a couple of options here. The first option, you can buy a product called Rustoleum. Again, I'm not trying to promote one thing over another, but just to get you head the right direction. But you can buy Rustoleum in a quart can or a gallon can that you can actually roll on to the truck bed. I don't even know if they recommend rolling it on. Just a straight black paint, not a bedliner type product, but a black paint. I don't know how many of those that we've done through the years with the Rustoleum, and it turns out great. You don't have to worry about overspray, and pretty much anybody that can paint at all can take a roller and make the truck bed look good. So that's one option. Then the other option is what I'll be doing today, and so this is the product I got. It's a Raptor bedliner kit. It comes with 4 of these bottles and 1 of these. This is your product. This is your bedliner. This is your activator. It also comes with this gun, and you will be using the activator. It comes with instructions. It's a 4-to-1 mix, and you mix the product up. It does a really good job. And we used this in the body shop for years and did pickup beds, the undersides of vehicles. I just did a Jeep about 3 months ago with the Raptor bedliner kit, did the underside to prevent rust and try to help with the salt. And so it's a great product, high quality. It'll last really good. One thing I will say about this product versus the Rustoleum paint, if you slide a lot of things, if you have a flatbed and you slide a lot of things in and out of your bed and on your bed and off your bed, this may not be the product that you want to use. You may want to use the Rustoleum or something similar. Reason being is because when you scar up your bed, you can just take a roller and touch it up. With this product, you're not going to be able to do that. So that's one thing. Something else I will mention is, you would need a relatively decent air compressor to spray it. You're probably not going to get by with one of the little twin tank compressors like you would use for to run a nail gun or something like that. You're going to need probably something a little bit bigger, probably like 5 or 6 CFM with a 20 or 30 gallon tank at least. And you may even need to wait on that because that gun really does go through some air. So if you, if you're thinking about that kit, I just looked it up. They're about $140, $150 a kit. One kit will do the inside of a long bed pickup truck. I've got some of this extra in case. I'm hoping one kit will do this bed, but I really think it's going to take a kit and a half just because of the extra surface area on the sides. But for most people with a pickup bed, one kit would do you. And like I said, about $140, $150. And if you've got the air compressor and a place to do it, it's a very good way of doing things. Now, I will say this, regardless of whether you use the Raptor or the Rustoleum or any paint product, you're going to need to be in a warm place and at least 70 degrees if you can. And you also want to make sure your truck bed's dry. Whatever you do, don't work on that thing if it's wet. You're just not going to have good results. One thing I would recommend, if you have access to a pressure washer, especially on a flatbed like that, if a couple days ahead, you take the pressure washer and clean everything up really nice and let it dry good. And, and here's the thing, it's wintertime now. I've got it in the shop. We've got a heater in here. It's probably about 75 degrees. But, if you can put it off, wait till a nice warm Saturday in the middle of summer, and it'll work great outside. But make sure it's warm, make sure it's clean, make sure it's dry. And another thing too, and I don't want to dwell on this too much, but when you get into, repainting the bed, you're going to need to scuff it or sand it. If it's any scaly rust, you need to get that off. This bed had some stickers. You can see them where they were. Right, and here's the glue. I'll take and get all that off with with chemicals, take and get it all off of there. And then scuff the bed and all of that. But that way you'll have good adhesion and you'll have a good job when it's done. Something else you want to do is you'll need some masking tape. Again, I'm not necessarily promoting a name. This is just what I have in the shop. It's what I use. This is 1.5 inches wide, and these rolls run, it's expensive. They'll run $10, $12 depending on where you get them. But this is an automotive grade. Matter of fact, I think it actually says that in the roll. There we go. Automotive performance masking tape. So, one thing I will recommend is don't get this blue house type tape for a couple of reasons. Number one, it doesn't stick all that well on anything automotive. And then the other thing is I've had a lot of trouble with that. If you have to leave it on, like where I'm going to spray this bed and it's going to need to dry till in the morning, I have trouble getting that tape off. So get you a good tape, do your prep work, make sure your temps are right, everything's clean and ready, and jump in there and spray the thing. I'll say this, if you have the ability to be working on your truck in the first place and you have access to the air compressor that will support this kit, if you'll do the prep work and take your time and follow the instructions on this kit or anything like it, you will have good results and you'll be happy with it. They turn out really nice. And I will do a second video just showing you, how it turned out and all that stuff. Something else I'm going to do, I have the running boards, and you can see there where I've been getting in and out that it's worn the paint off. So I'm going to be probably putting the bed liner on it as well. If I have enough left, I'll have to clean everything and prep it, but I want to get bed liner on that instead of just paint. And those are actually metal, just to clarify. When I bought the truck, it had the plastic factory ones, and they fell apart. And so I built these. It's a 2-inch by 4-inch heavy, like 1/4-inch wall box tube, and put them on several years ago. They've been doing really good, but I'm gonna spray them as well. And then also probably I have when I bought the truck, it had a Cattleman front bumper and just a massive, unnecessarily massive front bumper. And a gentleman wanted to buy it, and so I pulled it off and just built a custom bumper myself. And when I built it, I just sprayed it with some black rattle can. So I'm going to prep it and go ahead and probably bed liner it as well. But we'll keep you guys updated. You stay with us, and just look for part 2. I'll title both videos the same. This will be part 1, and then we'll title the final result as part 2. So just stay with us, and you can check it out and see for yourself how things turn out. All right, be right back.